Hello everybody, Ben Mays with Williams Soaring Center here. Today I'm going to walk you in a little mini tutorial through the ClearNav 57 round color display that we have through ClearNav Instruments. This variometer is really leading the industry in cutting edge variometry, great visual displays. It has navigation features. It'll really do everything you need it to in a bright, vivid color display, easily readable in panel. So I'm going to walk you through some of the new features we have, some of the old features that have been optimized. So let's dive in. As we're on tow here, climbing through about 2,500 feet above the ground, we have the main home screen, the ClearNav Vario, pulled up. Right now, what we're seeing is our airspeed indicated here on the block speed feature. It's showing us right now that we're at about a McCready 2 speed, seen here in the orange. About 71 knots is a McCready 2 speed it's targeting. It's showing that we're climbing 800 feet a minute. I'm still on tow, and as I'm climbing out, the ClearNav suggesting that I'd be flying about 43 knots if I was going straight ahead at 8.2 in our climb. The little gray box there is showing as our preemptive climb. It's telling me over the last 10 seconds that I've been averaging 7.7 knots, and it's asking, you know, do you want to climb? If you turn here, it's believing that the average thermal strength will be about 9.3, 9.4. As I said before, I'm on tow, so it's not super accurate. Here in a second, we'll hop off tow and I'll show you some more features. All right, here we are off tow above beautiful Northern California. I'll just take a second to appreciate the beauty. Our airfield is right down there. We're just gonna take a heading to avoid these clouds, and I'll show you some of the features of the ClearNav variometer. You can see here we have the ClearNav 2 flight computer and our ClearNav variometer. We have a few cool features displayed on screen right now. We have our netto lift of minus 0.5 over the last 10 seconds. This is my glide indicator here, showing that I'm well above glide. In the purple, I see that it's trying to bring me back to Williams. The purple line is Williams, and I'm 2,900 feet above my safety glide, 4.8 statute miles out. The wind is out of 0.58 at 7. And the orange arrow pointed across the glider wing is saying it's coming off my left wing right now. In the orange, we see our McCready speed that we're trying to fly. If I want to make a quick adjustment to either my McCready 1.5, it's wanting me to fly 64 knots. McCready 2, suggesting a speed of 68 knots. And the white is showing what I'm flying now. And the little green bar behind there is what I should be flying. So because I'm nettoed down, it's saying I should be flying a little bit faster than my McCready speed. So I'm flying a little slow now. But as we just drifted around in the sky here, shouldn't be worried. Let's dial that back a little bit. As you dial it back, you can hear the volume go away. For those that are used to the ClearNav flight computer, you're used to the ribbon on the menu. If I click the menu button on my stick, you see down here on my ClearNav 2, I get a nice ribbon, easy to navigate, can get to any option I want to with just a few clicks. Well, we've added that feature to the ClearNav variometer. By clicking the right encoder in, I can cycle through 3 different screens. I can cycle to just a navigation screen or the thermal assistant screen, back to the main flying screen. By clicking the left encoder in, I can get to my ribbon, where I can then navigate with the left encoder to the right and to the left. We'll talk about these features in a second. Or I can make adjustments. So if I want to adjust the McCready up or down, I spin the right encoder, left or right, McCready 2, McCready 3. We're gonna go back to a 1. If I want speed to fly band, do I want a medium band? Maybe I want a wide band, and it shows the distance in between. Can come to narrow or no band at all. Typically fly around with a pretty wide band, personal preference. As I move to the left and the right, I can also adjust the volume. Volume up, volume down. Continue to the right. Adjust my water ballast in pounds. Same bug feature for your glide. I can mark a location if need be. Oops. I can define a task if I'd like on the Vario. Get into settings of the task. I can adjust the range, my Vario scale, and it goes away after about 2 seconds. That's why I'm continuing to click. Or I can change from block speed to having my variometer. Let me show you behind here. Change screens. Got to click buttons around occasionally. Get to the right screen. There we go, navigation. Above or below. There we are. So, with the right button, there's the variometer. I can change it to chevrons. Oh, that's back to block speed, which I originally had. Or I can go to chevrons. The chevrons back here, so speed up, slow down. Cycle through screens once again. Or I can go to my block speed. Like I said, that's my preferred flying screen. Or come over to the variometer setting. For those that would most of the time like it in a Vario, one of the neat features is that as we come in to my block speeds, so as I fly along at a block speed, I can set the thermal assistant to pop up at after I enter a thermal. So it's on auto switch for me here. I'm gonna go ahead and enter a turn. As I come around, it's set to 270-degree switch. Oh. And it didn't switch for me because I'm not climbing. I had to force it into the thermal assist screen. But for video's sake, if I want to force it into a climb, I have that option too. So right now there's no override. I can force a climb, and this is going to be my climb window that I get. So there the Vario pulls up, and that would be on my thermal assistant. Unfortunately, I'm not shooting this on a day where we can climb much, but it's forced into climb mode. Otherwise, I could set that to auto switch at either 90 degrees, 180 degrees, 270, or 360. So if you're bombing along and you pull up into a thermal, as you make it through whichever setting you chose, it will select, it'll give you your, it'll put you right into thermal assist mode without doing anything. As you roll out on course, after about 3 to 5 seconds, it'll auto switch back if you have that setting activated. As we go here, we're going to change it back to none. So those are the main features of the ClearNav Vario on the navigation screen. As before, if I want to navigate screens one at a time, I can get to screen number 2. There's my McCready screen, my speed to fly band. I can activate auto winds or get to just a wind screen, my navigation screen, water ballast, bugs, or back to the menu. But I don't have to do that all through individual screens thanks to the ribbon. You can, just like the old setup, or you can get in here and go to any of your navigation settings, glider settings, Vario settings, get into the information or the tools. Tools will give you options like being able to download your flights, change your log intervals, upload, download waypoint files, adjust your profiles, whatever you need to do in there. See your license updates. For the most part, a quick spin of the left encoder will get you back to your flying screen. Quick spin right will get you to your navigation screen. So you can go navigate. I can navigate to Williams. I can go to recent turn points. I can activate task list. I can go to turn points by name, airfields by distance. outfield landing distance if you have them marked in. I can get a moving map, which is kind of neat. Not a great moving map, but it works if that's the only instrument you want to put in. Again, this is a 57 round display that you can get in there. You can go to task. In glider settings, you can adjust altitude, you can see the temperature, you can set your margin height. I have that set too low. Again, test flying a new ship. This is going to be for our renters, so we're going to set it to 1,500 feet. Adjust my dry weight, set my polar. In Vario settings, I'm going to get my pointer response times that I can activate, cruise response times, adjust gust filters, turn my TE probe on and off depending on how you have it set up, adjust electric compensation, set times, brightnesses, gear warning settings, adjust the thermal assess settings. So there I have it's enabled. The advanced is the ping sound, where there's it tells me how far before it thinks the core of the thermal is. If you've played with thermal assist, you adjust the pointer. That's the dotted line coming off as you're spinning around. The sound ping, yes, I want an auto ping. My switching is auto, and I have it switched at 270. Again, my display rules, what's it doing? And then back down to info is gonna give me all sorts of GPS data. I can figure out my airspeeds, make sure everything looks right, and go through any setting issues I need. So that takes you through most of the features. The last one I want to show you is for people who don't like the thermal assist in the Coke can, as we call it. You can switch that. So if we come in here, let's force a climb for a second. And I'm gonna turn and get this thing coming around in thermal assist mode. Clear my turn. Adjust into, oop, not McCready. Yep, it's forcing a climb. So the other thing force climb does is notice, just because it doesn't force me into thermal assist mode, but it shows now I have my climb times here. So what I'm seeing is a last turn average on the bottom. So see how it says 46 seconds? That's because I haven't turned. The 40 seconds in the top number that's how long it's been in climb mode. The bottom is how long it's taken me to turn. So let's go ahead and turn real quick. Do a quick 360 here for you. And watch the top number change. See the top number's at 23 seconds, 20 seconds. So I'm at a 19-second rate of turn, which is a nice thing to know how tight I am. Over the last 1 minute 29 seconds, I've been averaging down 1.7 knots, right? Over the last 20 seconds, I've been averaging 1.9 down. Obviously, this would be a much better video if I could show you in the climb. Maybe I'll link another climb video in there. But those are the two numbers you're seeing as this is forced into a climb. If I don't like that version of the thermal assist, I can spin the, the left encoder. I can get a zoomed in version where I lose the Vario and just see the encoder. Or I can, by click, no, not clicking. See, occasionally you just have to click the buttons. There we go. By a left turn on the left encoder, I can get to the overhead view, which much more, some people like. Obviously we're syncing the whole time, but I would have green bubbles showing up here if I was climbing, so I can get that overhead view. Again, left turn or right turn. If I push in, let's see, I can change the scale on one of these. It's not on to do it because I'm not climbing. Again, when you're trying to force the settings, it's not working. But you can change the scale to see whether you're climbing, if you want to zoom out or zoom in to see the overhead view pan on that Vario. Again, most people prefer the visual Coke can. That's what I like flying with. And the audible ping is coming from that little dotted line. It's set to warn me 10 degrees before it thinks I'm in the core of the thermal. So as I come around and that arrow gets that dotted line, you'll hear a ping. Hear that ping right when it lined up? That should be telling me 10 degrees before that arrow, which is pointed to the strongest piece of lift. In this case, it's showing to the least amount of sink, just for the video I'm playing here. So hopefully that's helpful, as it explained everything that's going on in our ClearNav Color Display Vario. I'd like to thank everyone for joining in. Lastly, I want to show a quick video of a climb I took back at the 20-meter two-place nationals up at Cloud Base. It was 8.4 average, and it kind of tapered off to show the different views of thermal assistant. Again, thanks everyone for watching in. And if you have any additional comments, questions, you can call us, get a hold of us at Williams Soaring Center, and we can answer all your ClearNav needs.
Those things are really fragile as a thief.